Hi, folks. This is Mountain Man. We got a lot going on. They closed the airspace over Venezuela, and Nicolas Maduro is getting pretty antsy. And Ukraine talks are going on. Well, I wonder what's going on in Geneva with these Ukraine talks, and a lot of heat being put on a lot of people. So, what do I always do while we wait for people to get in to the chats? I play or what did I say last time? Rum and Coke? I don't know. Bourbon and Coke? No, it's time for eggnog. Getting to be that time of the year, isn't it? With a little snap in that eggnog. Anyway, let me play some videos, and then we shall be like butter and get on a roll.
Has Donald Trump called you for advice or talked to you at all? And first of all, you've given him some pretty good advice so far, if you have.
Yeah.
But has he called and talked to you? I would call him. I was
no, he hasn't. No.
Corralled into this box where we either have to hate Vladimir Putin and believe everything evil that's said about him and love Ukraine, and there's no in between. And that reminds me a lot of Europe on everything under the sun.
The most lethal terrorist threat to the homeland today, white supremacy.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
I mean, there's as much interference here as you could possibly imagine. Before you even get to Hunter Biden, Nancy Pelosi, John Kerry, Mitt Romney, and all of their children who earn millions from Ukrainian gas companies. These days, it's hard to believe anything because they've lied about COVID, they lied about Russia collusion, they lied about the Ukraine impeachment trial, and there's so much more going on in Ukraine that nobody is talking about.
Does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons?
My job as a journalist is to try to understand what is the truth here. I don't like being lied to, and we're being lied to on an epic scale. When we're told your only choice is you have to be 100% with Zelensky. Slava Ukraina, who's a puppet who you can find on the internet in black stilettos and leather pants. Zelensky was selected, like so many of our leaders. And honestly, with big tech and with election fraud these days, we don't know how many leaders all around the world have been selected for us and weren't actually voted in.
How to build back better.
We have to build back better.
Build back better.
If Donald Trump gets the Republican nomination, there are many of us that will move heaven and earth to ensure he doesn't win.
We are fighting the same battles all over the world. To pretend that this war is about Russia and Ukraine is a barefaced lie. Putin has been warning for 15 years that he is not going to stand by while the globalists take over the world, build bioweapons facilities and whatever else they're doing in Ukraine. Ukraine has been a center of money laundering for many of the leaders in this country. Billions of US dollars have been laundered through Ukraine, and we say nothing about it. Does nobody question these things? We have an idiot like Lieutenant Colonel Vindman.
Mr. Vindman.
Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, please.
Do you always insist on civilians calling you by your rank?
And sits there as a lieutenant colonel. He didn't even make colonel. And he's telling the president of the United States what his policy should be. You have a traitor in the form of Maria Yovanovitch, who was Obama's ambassador, who's telling Ukrainian government officials, don't listen to the will of the American people.
In his July 25th phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky, the president badmouthed Yovanovitch, calling her bad news.
I was shocked, absolutely shocked.
And then she's given a cushy job for life at Georgetown University, and we're told that the president of the United States cannot say to his foreign counterparts that we want you to look into something.
If the prosecutor's not fired, you're not getting the money. Oh, son of a bitch. And they put in place someone who was solid.
So much hypocrisy and dishonesty here, and Ukraine is at the center of it all.
Storm's on.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering what storm you're talking about.
They have unsuccessfully tried to take down the wrong person.
He's absolutely going to come back with full vengeance the next time around.
Now think about what 4 years of a retribution presidency might look like. Our Constitution really does give the president tremendous power to destroy. This will be something we could never have imagined. imagined.
Some of Trump's close political allies told him they are working on figuring out the identities of the FBI and DOJ staff and forming lists.
I will direct a completely overhauled DOJ to investigate every radical DA and AG in America for their illegal, racist enforcement of the law. The deep state is destroying our nation, but the tables must turn, and we will quickly destroy the deep state. We know where the bodies are buried. There are a lot of people out there that have done some very, very evil things, very bad things, I would say treasonous things against our country. People that have done such harm to our country. I've been looking at them for a long time.
He could order the investigation and prosecution of individuals who he sees as enemies.
Put them all in jail where they belong. You gotta get tough and smart, and you have to fight fire with fire. You can't allow this to go on. And I will be the one to clean it up. Take care of it. We will take care of it.
Yes, we will. We will take care of it. I like the way he says we will take care of it. Ha ha ha. How is everyone doing tonight? A lot of big things going on. I didn't know what to put on my thumbnail, but I came up with something. The reward for Nicolas Maduro. Things are heating up in Venezuela. Hi, Sherry. How you doing, Darla? Nice to see you. Wow, those chats go away quick. Sissy, Randy, Todd, Rain. Hi, Ann. How are you? Elva, Cole. Ha ha. Melinda's here. Let's see. Oh, Darla's here. Todd's here. Going down the line. Outlandish. Wayne's here giving me a thumbs up. Thank you, Wayne, for going buy me a coffee along with Miss. She goes in every month. And Gary, he really a big help at Buy Me a Coffee. I want to thank y'all very much. And for the thumbs ups, if you all could do that for me, it doesn't cost a thing. Thank you, Gary. I like that introduction. I hadn't played that in a while. Shoot, I was outside. And little chilly air gets you sometimes. But anyway, I hadn't played that in a while. And I have to dress like Mr. T did the other day. I got a dark herringbone suit with a ascot I could put on. Did you see him dressed up like that? That was his go to hell outfit. I like outfits like that. I got a black wool hat, duckbill hat with a herringbone design on it. I'm wearing it right now, as a matter of fact. Goes good with my dark herringbone suit. They used to call me the man in black. But anyway, hi, Pappy. How you doing? Robin's here. Rebecca's here. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to play that a little bit more, that intro. So, Anthrax, how you doing? KNS Cleanup, nice to see you. All right. Flannel Cheese here. I don't want to miss Flannel Cheese. Who did I miss? Did I miss anybody? You guys might have to be my eyes and ears to some degree. How'd you like this one about this dope right here? Just got to remind everybody. Did Trump ever call you? No.
At all, and first of all, you've given him some pretty good advice so far. If you have,
yeah.
But has he called and talked to you? I would call.
You giving him some? He wasn't operating on his advice. And here's something else I got to start playing more often too, right here. This is one of my early videos. How many of you all remember me playing this all the time?
want some. You want to play this? Oh, okay. Do you want to play rough? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
Boy, I tell you, that was when all the crazy, the blast from the past. Future proves past, right, folks? So, anyway, I was watching breaking news. JLR investigates. He was talking about the build up there around Venezuela, and there's supposedly talks going on with Maduro about him possibly getting the heck out of that country. That's why I put this on the my studio's not responding. I hope my words are coming through okay. Whoa. I hope my words are coming through. Yeah, yeah, flannel cheese. Miss Mendersu. How you doing, Miss Mendersu? So let me try. I'm trying to get this picture on the screen, and I keep tapping on it. Won't do anything. I don't know why that is. Huh. Well, let me try this one. Nope, that one won't work. Well, things are not coming on my screen. I might have to just preach tonight. Since my pictures aren't responding on my picture show. That's what I usually call these, is a picture show. I used to just get up and babble, talk. And I'd say, well, once a week I'd do a picture show. Next thing you know, I'm always doing picture shows, which take a lot of work, a lot of effort. Hi, Kim. Let me see. Who did I miss anybody? I don't think I did. But anyway, I tried to put a picture on the screen of these reward posters. Here you go. This is one of the reward posters. It used to be 15. Now it doesn't want to expand. It used to be 15 million. They've upped it to 50 grand. So, 50 million. What am I talking about? 50 grand. That's just one barrel out of them dope boats they tried to send our way. So anyway, 50 million bucks. And they say they closed the airspace down in Venezuela. No jets can fly in Venezuela. That includes the Venezuelan military. And I'm sure they've cut their radar down. And they're sending them some pretty strong signals. I don't think Trump's base is going to like it if he goes in there after Maduro. What are you talking about? Don't you remember Pineapple Head in Panama? Yeah, well, nobody said anything then. But then the Bush family, so I guess that was okay, right? So I guess this is his brother. Oh, here's four of them, all four of them. This was when Maduro's was at 15 million, but now it's 50 million. But then you got his last name is Moros. Really, they say Maduros Moros. And then this other guy is Rendon Cabril. Diosdado Cabela. I don't know what the hell his name is. The other one's Hugo Berries. He's 10 million. Oh, Cliver. Is that Cliver or Oliver? I don't know. Alcala Cordones. So anyway, they're saying that the whole bunch might just get on a plane and make my pants and split. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know where they're going to go. Somebody from Maduro's government said that Maduro supposedly, now this is just reported, that if he gives up the ship, don't give up the ship. Maybe that was the message to Maduro, that we got to organize a mutiny with our seditious calls to not obey unlawful orders. Gonna be some kind of action on that. But anyway, they said word on the street is Cuba told them, you give up the ship. If you flee, don't come here, because you will be X3 accused for being a coward to the Communist Manifesto notions, or whatever the hell they got going on in their brains. So, they don't have anywhere to run to. Who? This is another one here. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Kleiber, yeah. Kleiber Alcala Cordones. $10 million. And that's the cartel that Trump has designated a terror group. A cartel Soles. Okay. I know where they're at. I don't need to call the chip in. They're holed up in Venezuela, changing their diapers. So, I don't even think, hi, Bubba, how you doing? I don't even think that Kim Jong-un wants them, or Il, or whatever his name is. Where can they go? They're hardcore communists. And Rand Paul, he's been in office a long time. I would like to ask him, what the hell did you all do when Hugo Chavez took over that country, just as criminal could be in our hemisphere, and they seized American companies, one of the big ones? I talked to a guy who was pretty high up in Cargill. You all have heard of Cargill, right? They're up there with southern states and, Purdue, right? They seized all the property, confiscated the buildings, the equipment, and workers, managers out of that country like dogs, with nothing but the clothes on their damn backs. Took over an American company. Act. Nobody batted an eye. And this is Hugo Chavez's successor. When Chavez corked off, he left his daughter nearly a trash piles and landfills for scraps of food. So Rand Paul, they're every bit as criminal as Lenin, Trotsky, Stalin, when they did their 1918 revolution, October Revolution, and all the souls that were lost, and over half a century, 70 years of enslavement, half of Europe. So things are going to change. We're not putting up with that crap anymore. And it's like I said, it was repeated by Clandestine. This is not just Venezuela. We're going to get this communist Marxist infestation out of Cuba, okay, and out of Brazil, and certainly the hell out of the United States of America. I'm sick of it. So many people have fallen for it because we've had idiots teaching our children. How can an idiot teach anybody anything? Let's see. Oh, yeah, he's got nowhere to go. I have no idea. He belongs rotting in prison. Yeah, that's probably where he'd go, Africa. Enough money. And, he would probably be under some form of house arrest or something like that. Either that or spend the rest of your life in Leavenworth. Leavenworth. Speaking of Leavenworth, this nitwit, where is he at? He's been referred to the military. Oh, last night while I was setting up my studio, and also while I was live. Hi, Mac, how you doing? Sparky, nice to see you. While I was setting my live, Trump was on a truth storm, and I didn't even know it. Have you all seen some of the things that he retruthed? Ha ha ha. I'll show you some of them. If my screen will participate. He retruthed. I'm waiting for whatever to reset so I can put something up there. He retruthed stuff from the 17th letter. And come on now. I can't believe this. Boy, this burns me up. They just... How you been doing, Bubba? Where you been hiding? Your eyes are blurry. Oh, my gosh. Landish, I'm trying to get it on the screen, but it doesn't want to cooperate. Come on now. I don't want to poke it too hard. Maybe I have to be patient. That's what it is. I have to practice patience. No, that doesn't work either. Being patient doesn't work. So I don't know. Whoa. I'll keep trying. Bear with me, please. I appreciate it if you do. And I will put them up for posterity. Maybe they're, here we go. I was going to say they're in the algorithm. They can recognize the stuff before I even put it up. This was retruthed by Donald Trump. Steele put it up. Bring back accountability. Accountability. The military is the only way. If your justice system has been corrupted, how do you bypass the corruption? Military tribunals. I put up a picture like this on Facebook about 5 years ago, and I put faces on the Nuremberg defendants, like Obama's face and Brennan's face, and I got kicked off. But anyway, yeah, this was put up by Donald J. Trump last night during our live session. This was also put up, retruthed by Donald J. Trump, spiritual street fighter, which is remember your oath. And there you go. Donald Trump. I was thinking about using that as a thumbnail, but then I won't have any, I know I won't get any looky-loos coming in here that if they think it's too much of a pro-Trump channel, but they got to take some Trumpanol for their TDS. Anyway, here's another one Donald J. Trump put up right here. Spiritual street fight. Time to obliterate the deep state. Oh, what do you see on Donald J. Trump's shoulder? Do it. CUE? Huh? You don't hear the press asking about that. And the question will have to be asked. Oh, I use this on my thumbnail. TikTok. I put that next to Maduro's face. And what's that on Donald J. Trump's collar? Plus. CUE plus. We know that's Donald Trump. And we know Trump wouldn't be reposting these for nothing. It's not for nothing. Nothing can stop what is coming. We used to have to be careful about saying that. We couldn't even put the initials in. NCSWIC. It would get us flagged. But now that the President of the United States is posting this stuff, what do you think about that? I think they better think twice. Ha 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 ha. So for all I know, he could be putting stuff up right now. For all I know, they could be going in there and dragging Maduro out of his palace by the scruff of it, or surround it and play rock music. Surround it and play if you look out any window, you see a jumbotron with Joy Behar talking. And the View, all of them talking at the same time on a loop. That'd get him out. Ha ha ha. Yeah, he posted an anonymous video. I probably copied it to put it up there. Let me see. I might have it in there. Let me see. It's some other stuff too. Let me see. Is this one of his reposts? Oh, no, this is Andrew Branca. Remember, I was showing the 1 to 2% of the population being X3 acuted, to keep the troublemaking genes down. Well, he put up a couple of posts. Either we put the criminal predators in prison, or we're all living in an open-air prison as their prey. And he reposted from Nayib Bukele. They say you can't imprison your way out of crime, but in fact, a strong police force and a tough, well-managed prison system are the necessary first steps in transforming high-trust society. A high-trust society. And you know what we learned from Kilmar Abrego Garcia? When he was over in a prison in El Salvador, he was learning trades. He had to do his time. But hey, when you get drafted in the military, you got to do time too. And he's making, especially for younger offenders, he's turning the prison system into something that can give them a future and transform their lives once their sentence is done. Teach them discipline. Teach them how to follow orders. Teach them a trade. We saw it. So, high trust society. How many of you all remember this cartoon strip? I miss living in a high trust society. I do too. Don't you all? Remember, never used to lock your car or your front door. You never had a thought in your mind that somebody would be stealing your stuff or trying to get in your house. Now they're doing it. They're 12 years old. So anyway, he had another post about jails and from, let's see, here it is. He's repeating again. We're going to be their prey. It's going to be an open air prison for us if we don't start putting people away. And remember, Andrew Branca has been accepted into the Supreme Court bar, okay? Just this year, I believe. So Bukele said, he who spares the wolf sacrifices the sheep. In El Salvador, at the CICOT prison, there is no permission to see one's employer. There's no mobile phone, no TV, no computer, no video games. There's no carding outing or planetarium. No massage. There are no deputies to check if their detention conditions are dignified. Now, that's a little rough, but hey, that's not where Maryland man went. He went to a different facility. And I'm sure they have ways you can graduate from CCOT once you learn your little lesson unless you've committed gang murders, any murder really, you shouldn't get out. You're lucky you're still breathing. So I'm sure they weed through. What's going on, Miss Minder Sue? I hope you all are getting my Debbie, nice to see you. Jerry Springer, yeah. The what's their names? The crazy ladies. Anyway, I had this video yesterday, but I was coming up on 2 hours. This is, maybe you all seen it, maybe you have. This is going into Home Depot. And I'll be interested to see how they resolve this. But they're buying a 17 cent, they calling it an ice scraper. Scrape away ice. It's really a putty knife. Down Home Depot sales as a protest. Home Depot's private property. You can't come in there carrying signs. You can't disrupt commerce. You can't materially interfere with the people's ability. Okay? So we'll see how that gets handled. But here are the idiots in action, clogging up a Home Depot store.
Popular Richard's drummer.
That's what actually was out of position.
Can I have everybody's attention, please? If you're purchasing something,
I have been volunteering with.
You can come to this side. Come to this side for the customers to walk through. Not the same.
But they still have like a good amount of weight.
What are you buying? Nice scraper. Nice.
Ice scrapers.
Right.
Thank you.
What are you buying? Nice scraper. Sorry. What are you buying today?
I'm buying ice scraper.
Oh, yeah. What are you buying today?
I am buying an anvil putty knife.
An ice scraper.
Yes, okay. Ice scraper.
Yeah, they can't even get reality right. He said, I'm buying a putty knife. And she said, wink, wink, wink. Boy, if I was in that damn Home Depot, I'd get an 8-pound hammer for sale, and I'd throw it over my shoulder and walk right up to the front of the line and tell them to get the hell out of the way. I got some work to do. If you don't get out of my way, I'm picking your rear end up off the ground. That'd be the way I'd have. Still had surgical masks on. No, I tell you what I need, a pickaxe. My my handle's gone south on my pickaxe. I've had that thing for a coon's age, however long that is, a long time. But anyway, I'd get something serious, and I'd see who gets in the way or complains if you get to the head of the line. So, yeah, I noticed that video wasn't playing too smooth, but y'all were able to see it, I hope. But anyway, I got this meme that's on the screen right now. I've had this for a long time. Back in the days when I was thinking that that Biden would never set foot in the White House, that the military would round them all up for stealing the election. But I realized that there would have been a great deal of civil unrest, because what we have now with these psychos, it was double that many people that were asleep back then. These are the remnants of idiocracy. But we had to go through this education process. What's this? Come on now. Doesn't want to behave. Yeah. I'm sure they were out there blowing whistles. Did you see how many of them had surgical masks on this day and age? Shows you how they would love to be suppressed, love to force their neighbors to wear masks, love being told what to do. Here I am with a frozen studio again. Oh, here we go. What's this one? Midas Trash Pail Network, talking about Marjorie Greene. It is no shock. She read the writing on the wall, and it clearly said that MAGA is dying. Politicians shocked by Marjorie Taylor Greene's surprise resignation. So they're trying to play it out that MAGA is suffering because of Marjorie Taylor Greene. I already gave my analysis. Whoa, what happened? What's this? Okay, what's this? Popped on the screen. Okay. Oh, this is another truth from Donald J. Trump. Pass the SAVE Act. Mike Scott. I probably have got quite a bit of Trump posts. Like I said, he was on a truth storm. A truth storm. Retruthing and putting his own truths up. This is one he put up, Andy Fromell or whatever. Republicans have to attach the SAVE Act and $1 trillion in spending cuts to the next budget bill in January or shut the government down. This is what Trump was elected for. We didn't elect Trump to continue the bloated Biden budgets and doom my generation. That's exactly right. Well, I've worked my eyeballs out of my head to help fund all this nonsense and garbage. And now that I'm by prime earning point in my life, a damn pickup truck costs $70,000 flipping dollars. So that's what they do. They devalue the currency so you never get ahead. Base Mike Lee, we must pass a SAVE Act right now to protect our elections from foreign interference and fraud. Tell your senators and representatives if you agree. Yeah, we need election integrity. That is the number one thing we need. No illegals voting. I heard some idiot say, well, it doesn't say in the Constitution that you have to be a citizen. You remember what I said about that? It doesn't say in the Constitution that a woman can't be a man or a man can't be a woman. They didn't think people would ever be stupid enough to be told that. That's why it's not in the Constitution. Any idiot would know that if you're not a citizen of this country, or Adolf, or Ho Chi Minh, or all they would do is just send over here to vote. Why go to war? To this. Holy smokes, Eric Dougherty said, it's been confirmed that the man in Chicago who set a woman on fire had 72 arrests, not the initially thought 49. The judge is quoted, I can't put everyone behind bars. Oh, you need to read those Bukalele posts I just put up about CCOT. This is a generational betrayal. And Elon said, yes, it is. Whoa. Oh, what's going on now? Yeah. So we need to get this ship back on course. Back on course. I think we've already hit the iceberg. We gotta keep them sinking. Another repost by Donald Trump. Would you support the idea of foreign-born citizens being barred for running for office? Yes or no? Can you imagine these people having control over your lives? What's that bug-eyed guy's name? I forgot. I can't remember his first name. I just call him Bug Eyes. And what's her name? Ilhan Omar. Oh, his name's Omar too. That's right. Wait a minute. I got a video of her. I showed you. She said, we're not going anywhere. We're citizens. I copied that post twice. But anyway, I got a video of her talking about how great the Somalians are. I could say some stuff that I won't. But if they keep it up, I will. About their lifestyle and the kind of hole they come from. The kind of hole that they want to turn our nation into. Hole. And I don't want to live in a hole. And how great. Now, I tell you what, there are good Somalians. I've been in nurses, you know, and I can't say they're Somali for sure. Certainly have a no. I don't never paint with a this fraud crap. All the people that came here illegally, people that had to marry their brother to get here, all these type of people have got to go. It doesn't matter if it's Somali, German, I don't care. If they're here crooked, go.
Thrive. Somalis have always seen themselves as a fabric of this nation. We have signed up to this country in its military. We have signed up. We have in office. We don't do that because we hate this nation. We do that because we have deep gratitude to the Americans who have given us the opportunity to find a new home. To find in that new home. To start families in that new home. New home our own. We don't complain on the sidelines. We get involved in making.
That's just her. That's thankful for everything. We signed up for this. We signed up for that. For you signed up for e-loans. You signed up for disability for your kid. You knocked their eyeballs out of their head, or you claim they're autistic. Yeah, you signed up for all that crap. You know, those are the ones and I don't see together where they can go. Where can they run and hide? I had this in the other day too. Here's the intro to it. Let me see. Whoops. Oh gosh, I made that one. There we go. Let's see. What is this? Oh, okay. I'll get to her in a minute. Carla Swisher. Talk about the Hunter Biden laptop, but this is the one I was talking about. Traditional wedding procession featuring men on horseback speaking Arabic blocks traffic in Hickory Hills, Illinois. You can't even move somewhere like Hickory, Illinois. You know, we used to ride horses on the roadways. We would, fields, property along a certain route, and we cut through fields, jump fences. People knew us. We'd go about half a dozen of us, 10 to 10 horses, and when we would ride single file, and vehicles could get around you. This bunch takes up the whole damn road.
الشرطة فوت يلا روح امشي عيد
Of course, it's not fair. It's not fair. People are trying to get to work, or people are trying to travel on the roads, but they want to take their customs and their cultures, and the hell with everybody, right? America's been riding horses in this country for hundreds of protocols. You think about it, the animal. You think about other traffic. And respect, mutual respect for people. They don't have any respect for people. And people like that have to go, that want to rub your face in it. Woman talking about, this might be her right here. The liars, Kara Swisher's her name, about the Hunter Biden laptop. Come on. Talking about the Hunter Biden laptop. No, you can't blame it all on politics. Like I said, they inculcated into all politicians are liars. Ha, 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 ha. No, wait a minute. Okay. And here, with these intelligence agents slandering duly elected president with the intent to remove him from office. That's sedition. That I'm trying to not use the word treason, but I guess you could. I guess you could. But anyway, she wants to just chalk it up to politics. And Scott Jennings, I understand, keep a guest on and not be overly dramatic, but he does this. But I would have jammed it to her.
true. There wasn't really any dispute of that, other than from these 50 people who come out of government when Democrats are in power.
That's politics to me, Scott. I mean, you're not naive. They were making their case, just like you would say Trump just did with whatever.
Well, I don't agree that it's just a simple matter of making your case. Government title, and you use your intelligence bona fides, and the American people, they didn't know that. That was a political argument. But Russian disinformation, what you're reading is directly out of the Kremlin. It was one of the biggest lies that was told to try to get Joe Biden over the finish line. Do you think that's just politics as usual?
Yes, I do, actually. I think I do.
Do you like it?
Absolutely. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't
either.
like the with Intel. I don't like Trump meddling with the tech companies. I don't like the paper play that looks like it's. I know, giving them this is not a new and fresh thing, and I think the tech companies will go wherever their bread is buttered. That's really pretty much how I look at them.
Can I make one more comment about, because I think it's an important debate. You had that issue going on, and then there was, there's also been questions about what was kept from the American people, or what information was, downplayed from the American people during COVID. I mean, there were people that had opinions or ideas about COVID and what was going on during that time, and people lost access to social media. People, had their opinions, villainized. Turns out some of those people were right, and the people who were censoring them were wrong. And so I guess my point is this: there is a general feeling that if the elites make a decision about what the narrative is going to be, they can crush you, and they can either coerce tech companies into crushing you, they can coerce media into crushing you, but the crushing of opinions and dissent in this case, I think it left a bad taste in people's mouth.
I guess I could just say Brandon Carr right now, making threats against Disney. I could say lawyers. I guess I could say, it's quite similar. I mean, tastes the same, tastes like chicken to me, as the expression goes.
What information about Donald Trump is being censored from the American people?
I think these are private companies. They can do whatever they want, Scott. And I don't think it was coerced or colluded. I think these, just as now, as law firms are backing down and making payments, or in universities are worried, and awfully similar in terms of what people can and can't say. I think these lawsuits against media companies, it's the same thing. It's the same exact playbook if you want to compare them. And in fact, it's a playbook that's been what's the word when you take steroids? It's on steroids is what's happening now. But let me ask. I think Donald Trump is an elite. Is an elite, and is crushing dissent same way, and actually in a more brutal.
Oh, Donald Trump is being brutal and mean. And, she's such a double talker and organized slander, okay? You can't have a synchronized attempt to frame didn't do. You can't conduct an illegal psychological. Trump stands up to him. The same thing they're doing. Are you stupid, woman? If that's what you are. I know the video's cutting in and out. Is my voice coming through pretty good? Yeah, Scott should have been a little tougher with her, but maybe that's why I don't have guests or anything, because I might be a little too rough around. I wouldn't let him get away with nothing. What's this one here? Clandestine. Trump is making like understand the severity of what the Dems just did with that seditious video. They be fully within his executive authority to arrest the suspicious than anyone else who was involved. Perhaps a little soft disclosure. He posted where Trump said to arrest them. I think I put that up yesterday. Burchett doubles down live. Joe Biden's team was getting rich off of selling pardons. I think I got a copy of this video. Had to be 8,000 freaking pardons. The Biden family, yeah, Joe Biden's team was getting rich. He couldn't even for breakfast, but reviewed 8,000 files. Give me a break. This is so shady. I got that. Wait a minute. I don't know if I've got that. See. Let me see if I do. Are you in here, Tim Burchett? Maybe I do. If I do, I'll pop it up there. I don't know. Things are not. Here he is. He's with Benny Johnson. I guess this is. Oh, gosh. Man, on me. Wow, I'm having a hard time, folks. I just play it. Quit trying to adjust it. Hold.
Almost 1,000 NGO organizations working out of Afghanistan. We're giving the Taliban 40 million. This is just an example. 40 million a week. 2 years I've been working on this. I got a freaking memo from the dadgum State Department, and they're no friends of mine. They're no friends of this country. That's the deep state. There ever was one. They have $1 billion. And we're still doing it because it goes to the NGOs. The Democrats fought that amendment that we added NGOs into the bill. Why? Because there's 1,000 NGOs, and you know good and well that money's coming right back to Washington. That's what Elon told us. The paper trail runs right back. Now, can I find it? No, I don't have access to those kind of computers. But that's why they're squealing. They're squealing about it.
So squealing about USAID cuts. You're saying that our suspicions are confirmed that the money that's spent at USAID goes right back into Democrat campaign coffers.
Almost 100%. Almost 100%. There's still some Republicans, I think, if they are, that's why they said somebody was saying they sent my body, and he says,
I'm just going to interrupt real quick. Are having trouble getting a loan for. Kamala ran a campaign for over raised $1 billion, and they're in the hole because this NGO money's been cut off. And what Tim Burchett knows about their past money laundering schemes. And don't you know that the Republicans 85 million and the Democrats 15 million because the money's cut off.
Go through all this stuff, and I said, we know it's the truth, but you just can't tell people I'm not suicidal.
You made a lot of news on our show saying that you believe that there could have been some real.
And it's come out. Somebody said something.
8,000.
8,000 freaking pardons. You think Joe couldn't remember what he'd had for breakfast? He couldn't remember where the dadgum bathroom was. and he reviewed 8,000 files on pardon. It's just Washington, D.C. It happens every day. That's the thing. It happens all the time. But with Trump in there, we're focusing on some of this stuff.
Yeah.
And every department is suspect. And you know,
I know it feels that way. It feels like document years and years of criminal. That's why I put sedition everywhere. Because, like with James Comey and Letitia James, they're criminals. But what happened? A dopey judge, where is that at? This dopey judge, this is Comey James indictments. I really think that's where we have documented evidence of sedition and criminality in the Congress, Bar Association, the media, and those four places. Congress, the media, the judiciary, and the bar association. Lawfare is nothing but a way of sedition and subversion and to defraud the American people. And the Bob Mendez's or Clinton and say, "Yay, we got vengeance." No, we got to get these dopey attorneys. We got to get them all. Breaking: Clinton judge Cameron McGowan Curry just dismissed the case against Comey and New York AG Letitia James, interim U.S. attorney whose security indictments was unlawfully appointed to the appeal. It's getting appealed. But the American people corruption. Right here is the what in the world is going on? Just have to play it tiny.
This in a minute, but we actually got some more breaking news. So this time, and this is big, we have learned that the Justice Department's case against former FBI Director Jim Comey and the New York Attorney General have both missed. CNN's Caitlin Polance is covering this. Caitlin, okay, what happened here? I don't know which case you want to take first.
Well, they both. Lindsay Halligan, the Eastern District of Virginia, interim U.S. attorney sent there by Donald Trump, not Senate confirmed, that she doesn't have the power. What the judge here has found, this is Judge Cameron Curry from South Carolina. She came into the district, heard arguments from against Lindsay Halligan's role. They argued that she didn't have the power because she wasn't Senate confirmed, and thus these indictments are invalid. The judge is agreeing with that. Judge Curry is saying that the Attorney General attempt to install Ms. Halligan as interim U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia was invalid, and because Ms. Halligan had no lawful authority to present the indictment, James Comey's motion is granted, the indictment is dismissed. Now, the judge does mention that this is without prejudice. So in legal speak, that means that it could be brought back by another prosecutor in the Eastern District of Virginia if they took it through the grand jury again. But everything Lindsay Halligan did at the end of September, beginning of October, and since then, this judge is saying she couldn't have done that. She didn't have the authority. She was not confirmed by Congress, by the U.S. Senate as the Eastern District of Virginia's U.S. Attorney, and thus the president, when General Pam Bondi also overstepped her bounds in sending Lindsay Halligan into this district to get these indictments against James.
Yeah, look how long Jack Smith. With Jack Smith, and the difference between Halligan is that Jack executive branch. She wasn't being supposedly serving overseas. Halligan is allowed. Jack Smith wasn't part of the administration. So spiking the ball? But he thanks his lawyers, and he talks about it. So in my mind, what in the hell is going on? In my mind, he's just confirming. The lawyers, the judge, the intel agencies, they're all in affirming collusion as far as I'm concerned. This is buttery smooth voice he's been using for 20 years.
I'm grateful that the court ended the case against me, which was a prosecution based on malevolence and incompetence, and a reflection of what the Department of Justice has become under Donald Trump, which is heartbreaking. But to be part of this travesty. It cost some of them their jobs, which is painful, but it preserved their integrity, which is beyond price. And I know they will serve again. I was very lucky that some of the best lawyers in America stepped forward to represent me. I hope they serve as an example to more and more lawyers, especially at some of the big firms, to participate in protecting our liberty, protecting the rule of law. And my family and friends were always with me, and luckily for me, include some of those great lawyers. This case mattered to me personally, obviously, but it matters most because a message has to be sent that the President of the United States cannot use the Department of Justice to target his political enemies. I don't care what your politics are, you have to see that as fundamentally un-American and a threat to the rule of law. I know that Donald Trump will probably come after me again, and my attitude's going to be the same. I'm innocent. I am not afraid, and I believe in an independent federal judiciary. The gift from our founders that protects us from a would-be tyrant.
Well, you don't just say Donald Trump. He got caught. There's going to be more coming out about you. Party that you're shilling for. And these wonderful attorneys for you. You better crack your wallet open, miss, from over. I gotta get through some because of my studio's screwing up, and let's see if I can even get it to expand. Aha! But the DOJ will be appealing this victory lap. Yeah. Bill and Hillary, maybe they'll give you some money to help you out. Bill and Hillary. It right here. What do you think's going to happen here? Misconduct. Pentagon, they didn't threaten him. It points out where they have threatened. But they can say, what that you all tell me if you think it's a threat here. In the studio, there we go. There it is. This is a professional statement about a matter of now. Oh. That's not big enough. The Department of War has received serious Captain Mark Kelly, U.S. Navy retired. In accordance with justice, 10 U.S.C. other applicable regulations, a thorough review of these allegations to determine further actions. That's not a threat. Recall to active duty for court-martial proceedings. That's the way it goes. That's not a threat. Could come from this. They're doing an inquiry. This matter will be handled in compliance with military process and impartiality. Further official comments of the integrity of the proceedings. The department that military retirees remain safe. Remember I said that oath doesn't expire? And federal laws such as 18 U.S.C. 223 ended to interfere with the loyalty, morale, or of the armed forces. Any violations will be addressed. All service members are reminded now. These are the pimple-faced something to disrupt that they have a legal obligation under the UCMJ orders, and that orders are presumed to be lawful. Personal philosophy does not justify or excuse the unlawful. Yeah, that's. And like I said last night, they're going to dot every I because I think they need to make an example of this. Here's a clip of an idiot. You want to talk about threatening people? Right here. Right here. He's with won't respond to my commands. I don't know. A lot of time to compile the internet problem. In response, here we go. To me, they're threatening. Even though he's supposedly talking polite on. See how it plays.
Into Senator Kelly. What is your level of trust in the U.S. military justice system if it were that far to handle?
I trust it will be fallout and consequence in a hard Kelly, because Donald Trump's going to be gone a couple years. Congress and part of the weaponization of government, there will be consequences without a doubt. So I think there's going to be a lot of officers that are going to be part of this potential tribunal, if they want to call that. They're going to be looking over their shoulders because they know that Donald Trump will be gone and they will not have that protection. They're going to have to do the safest thing possible, which is follow the Constitution of the United States, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, he makes a threat, and then he just says, just you. That Donald Trump won't be around to protect you forever. But he swore an oath, and he can be recalled. Yeah, I see what people are saying. It's glitchy. I hate that. Time putting things up on the screen. Getting things to move and work in the studio. How you doing? Yes, Sparky, tell him to stop. See you. This is... I can't even get the chats to move. I can't get anything on display. What I'll do... Let's see here. This is something I've been wanting to... This is something I've been wanting to show you guys for... Oh, my gosh. Anyway, it's all Spanish. My gosh. Oh. It's all in Spanish. But I have an English translation here. Position. The leader of the Venezuelan operation published an appeal to the Venezuelan military. This was about 5 days ago. Already happening. The decisive hour is now. Right at this moment. Lay down your people. Make the decision of Venezuela's freedom. When began Machado's appeal. We have it on the screen so you can read it. And there is back and forth with U.S. administration, giving him get the hell out or turn yourself in. Word on the street, unconfirmed. Also, yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh well. Were you all able to read what I put on the... Oh my God. I don't know what's going on with this thing. There we go. A hard time. I want to so hopefully I'll have a better setup. But I want to show you all something. I remember many of you will remember it too. The Berlin Wall. The socialism is so good. From it. Remember when the wall was put up? Do you remember people shot at? Let's take a quick moment You know how people interfering because they don't like the message possible for slowing down Truth Social. They don't agree with on other platforms. If that's the case, this young man, I couldn't communicate. Our friend, when he was brain tumor, because I got kicked off over nothing. In the back. Yeah, they don't like the truth, do they? Fourth. 1986. East Berlin border guard shot to scale the Berlin Wall later. That was in 1986. Starting in the 60s. Keep it because they knew their system, that when the system falls apart, they'll their ignorance on. Oh, my. Was that Zelensky's entourage him against traveling to Washington. That a new scandal with Trump might of the plan provided by the Americans is going to take Zelensky and make and not showing any gratitude or respect for this. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that force him to Zelensky to a large degree is working. The corruption in Ukraine. We know of our Ukraine. My. What in the world? They want to institute the same crap. I'm a distance. If I can get it to send this platform. I don't know if it's messing with me. I don't know. East Berlin and 19, everything to the tower so the cross wouldn't appear. Communism. They're atheists. And that woman is progressive. They call themselves socialists. But anyway, how long this has been going on? Okay. It's a short video. This is being investigated. A lot of what's going to happen in Venezuela are going to be a result. Hope you enjoy the video. Gary, I hope I got everybody in. Gosh, I can't even scroll through the. That's what he's saying, and we're going to watch the government receive this
knew a decade ago, and he went to a congressman because he lived in New York. That's Cuban information, not from Cuba. At the time he got home, leading members of the cartel had called his house and say, "Look, today, and your mother and streets, and we're going to murder them the moment we ever get another report on you." So that guy went silent for a decade. And he did wind up contacting, but that's how bad. And he walked into his Congress that had been affected by this. This is the great that they figured out Americans could be bought because they were not